Hello. I just got back from the beach. I got my meal prep for lunch in the oven, and I thought I would chat a little bit about how a lot can change in a year because when I was at the beach, I was sort of reflecting and just like I realized how much has changed this last year and how a year ago I just felt very stuck. Um, I had graduated college 2 months ago. I just gotten back from studying abroad in Australia. Um, so I just finished 2024 on like this really big high. And I had just this big idea that I was going to graduate college and get a new job right away, and it was all going to work out. And then it took 8 months for me to get a new job. And I just felt so stuck. And I remember journaling like every day and just writing the same thing about I feel stuck. I don't feel like I'm ever going to get a new job. I feel like I'm going to like be living at home forever, which obviously I'm grateful I was able to live at home. But in the moment, all I could think about was just, I just want to get out of here and move out and live on my own and move to California and like get out of suburban Arizona. And obviously, like, there was a side to me that was like, okay, realistically, you're not going to be stuck here forever. But in the moment, I just, as my brain does, I was just overthinking and like obsessing on how bad I wanted a new job and to be able to move out. And I just felt so trapped because the job market sucked and I was a psych major. So partly my fault because I was trying to get like a businessy job with a psych degree, and psych degrees are not the easiest to land jobs for unless you have a master's. But also the job market was and still is like a mess. So I was just like, they're like things that were out of my control, and I just was like, I'm never gonna get out of here. And then here I am a year later, and I'm living on my own. I'm pretty close to the beach. I got a new job, um, and it all kind of worked out. It didn't necessarily go how I planned it or how I wanted it to, but I learned some really important lessons along the way. Um, like with moving, I learned some really big lessons about how I should go about moving. And even though I'm independent and I think I can do things all by myself, that's probably not something I should do alone. Um, and even just like things that I like got so stressed and worked up over for my job, like events that I had to go to that were like external, and I was meeting new people, and I was just so freaked out about them. And now I've done them and I'm just like, it's not that big of a deal. But I just like get so trapped and I'm just like, ugh. But I was just reflecting and I was just like, okay, I think I need to shift my mindset because I know the last two videos were a little like meltdowny, but like at the end of the day, my life is going really good. And I just need to remember to stop overthinking and trying to plan everything down to the minute and kind of zoom out big picture. And like, yes, maybe it's going to take a little longer than you want it to, but a year from now, you'll probably be somewhere you never expected or somewhere you feel like is way out of reach right now. And if I just remember that, I think it'll help me with my like overthinking and all that stuff. Um, and even if I like zoom out further, like the year before last year, like 2023 to 2024, I never would have expected how that went because 2023 was a hot mess for me. I was not in a good spot mentally. And then 2024, I had like one of the best years. I graduated college, I studied abroad in Australia, I made an awesome friend group, and I like went and did all these things I never thought I would do. And it was just a year. That was all it took for this like huge change in my mental health. It's not been like a straight like linear journey from there, but I don't know. Sometimes I just need to like remember to zoom out because a lot can change in a year. And time goes by so fast. Like I've been living on my own for almost 7 months now, and I still remember the day I moved in. And it does not feel like it's been half a year since then. And I feel like I need to zoom out and look at things from a bigger picture, but also in the little moments, I need to sort of like notice the small differences. Like today, I went to the beach and read and got my veggie sushi from Whole Foods, which is what I would do when I lived back home. But when I would do it there, I just remember being like, oh, I wish I could go to the beach right now and not like some park in like the middle of the desert. Like I just wish I could like be by the water or be somewhere else. And I'm able to do that now. Um, and I just need to remember to like appreciate those little moments because a year ago, like if you would have told me that I was doing that every weekend, I would have gotten so excited because that was all I wanted. And now I get to do it. So I just want to appreciate the little moments, but also remember to zoom out because a lot's going to change in a year. So hopefully, a year from now, I get to do something creative for my job. I live even closer to the beach. And yeah, like those things just feel a little far away right now, but I know a year is going to fly by again. And this is me putting it out into the universe that that is what I would like. So I'll check back in a year and hopefully things have changed and those things are true. I also want to just try to slow down and enjoy things like where I am because I feel like I when I have goals sometimes I just try to rush to get to them because I admittedly am not always the most patient person, which I think is why it's like hard for me sometimes to like remember that in a year I'll probably be there, but it's not going to happen overnight. Um, but I just want to try to slow down and appreciate like where I'm at and just chill with the fact that like right now I get to go to the beach every weekend and read and just vibe with myself. And one day that's going to be a little harder to do. So I just want to appreciate that I can do it right now and like appreciate it, but also acknowledge like I do want more at some point. But that doesn't mean I have to be so like sad. I don't know if sad is the right word, but like I don't have to get so down about where I am because it's not where I want to be. Like I can be happy with where I'm at and also want more and know that it's more is going to come to me. But I'm just very impatient when I like have a goal and I want something. Um, so in the end, a lot can change in a year. I need to zoom out sometimes, but also appreciate the little day-to-day moments. And I need to slow down because life is not a race. I'm like barely going to be 23 in a few days. I have so much life left. There's no need to try to like plan everything down to the minute and get so flustered if things don't go to plan or if my routine's off for 1 week because like I have events at work or the weather's bad so I don't get to go chill at the beach for the weekend. Like there's so many more times I'm going to get to do that. So yeah, thank you for listening to my rant.